This is a new tornado warning, and I'm going to call out some of the locations that could be affected by this. This is north of Searcy, Velvet Ridge up to Denmark, towards Clay. This is a mature supercell storm, and it's starting to rotate quite effectively, so they've issued a tornado warning for that. I expect that this is going to get stronger as it moves towards the northeast. So you see the shape that this storm has. We've just got a supercell here, and there's the tornado, the rotation of the storm. This is the north, not affecting Bald Knob. This is not affecting BB, not affecting Searcy. Bradford, go ahead and get in your tornado safe spot, up into Jackson County, Newport. Currently outside of the tornado warning, it's time to think about getting to a tornado safe spot with the speed at which these storms are moving tonight. So we've got the area of rotation that we're tracking. We will see if it continues to develop. The rotation that is just northeast of Batesville, and really it's northeast of Gainesboro, and it looks like it's beginning to move into far northern Independence County. And then those storms on up to the northeastern part of the state, James. Yeah, I want to take a look at that one that is coming out of White County and will be moving into Jackson County here very shortly. Strong rotation west of Denmark. I think this storm is going to try to produce a tornado here within the next hour. If we can bring Storm Scan full, Steve, let's look at from Cole Outlaw and Jai Collins. They are looking towards the west, towards this storm, and you could see lots of flashes of lightning. They're not yet close enough to get a view of this storm, but we do have some storm chasers out there on this storm. We have Austin Burks following the storm that is north of Cabot. So we have a couple of people in the field tonight, and I'm in contact with quite a few storm chasers. With Scott Hollinger's on the storm south. Stream is not up. Let's go back to radar, please. Let's take a look at the storm first that's in White County, because we have multiple storms, multiple tornado warnings, and we're just kind of jumping around giving you the information that you need. All right, on Max 1, you see we've got a storm to the northwest of Denmark, a strong supercell storm, and there's a signature there that leads me to believe we might be starting to see a tornado debris signature show up. We'll see if that holds for another scan, but if you are along US 167, north of Searcy up to Denmark and Pleasant Plains, you've got to be in a safe place. This area of rotation is strongest near Morris Drive, Scoggins Road, Jerry Smith Road, and in Denmark, in between Denmark and Pleasant Plains. That's very strong rotation. I think we're going to be following this storm until it gets out of the Little Rock TV market. That looks like a very, very dominant storm. And now I think we've got a pretty serious situation now. Yeah, we're watching the storm in Grant County. Let's go take a look at the storm back coming into Jackson County, because it has a very concerning look. And it is showing, we talked about it a little bit earlier, the donut hole signature, where you get this reflectivity dropout in the middle of the rain, and that doesn't just happen. That is due to a tornado, so likely probably do have a tornado right here in the northwest. It's through that section of Jackson County that jets out to the west. This is northeast of Denmark. We've got a possible tornado. It's going to pass through the far southeast part of, it looks like, Independence County, and then back into Jackson County. And I think this thing is going to stay to the south of Oil Trough, but it's very important east of Pleasant Plains, over to Newport, Oil Trough. If you are anywhere in this vicinity, Thida, over to Coffeyville, get in a safe spot immediately. That is a very concerning look with that storm that is getting ready to move into Jackson County. So got several big supercell storms that continue to track across the state. Now we're down to about 5 really big storms. And Barry, Barry, I do think we need to take a quick look up at the storm that's going through southeast Independence County. The Weather Service talking about the possibility that this storm is trying to produce a tornado. I don't see a debris dropout, but again, we're not forgetting about you up here in Jackson County. We're watching that very closely. The storm further north of that, outside of that's a good sign there for Sheridan. New tornado warning that includes Newport over to Grubbs. We have a very strong area of rotation south of Oil Trough. This is east of Pleasant Plains, and this is headed right into Newport. So the northern half of Jackson County, get your tornado safe spot. For whatever reason, these storms up in North Arkansas have been producing tornadoes much more efficiently then down in the south half of the state. We've had a couple of big tornadoes tonight go through the northern parts of our state. So this is Newport. This tornado warning does include Tuckerman. And as I continue to search for a debris signature, it's harder and harder to find the further away you get from the radar. But I do think that based off reflectivity, we have a little reflectivity hole right there in the middle of this, southeast of Oil Trough. So I do think a tornado could possibly be down. We are working reports. I will tell you we have power outages along the path of the Grant County. Still have a couple of tornado warnings up here in Jackson County, and this is a pretty strong supercell, strong rotation. That's Oil Trough over to Newport. The couple of highways that I want you to be aware of is 367, of course, over to 67, and Highway 14. This is all getting into a lot of flat land here. Even though it's quite a bit larger, certainly does look like you would be able to probably see what is coming at you there as it's moving off towards the east-northeast. Very quickly, I want to check it.
I would call that right now, and as I look at the debris signature,
I've got another debris signature on a different storm. Serious situation developing now up in Jackson County. We have a tornado down on the Independence-Jackson County line. This is approaching Newport, Diaz, Jacksonport, Remy. Get in a safe spot right now. This is new information. We've got it. You see it right there. Just the latest scan. We're right over the highway there. That's Highway 14 and where it intersects Highway 367 near Max. That is a confirmed tornado, and that is headed to the north side of Newport and possibly could affect Jacksonport and for sure Jacksonport State Park, Diaz. All of these locations need to be in a safe spot right now. That's a very serious situation. That's very strong rotation currently sitting directly over Max. And we have, via radar, can confirm that a tornado is down. And I'll tell you that when we confirm a tornado from Jackson County, we're having debris lofted to at least 6,000 feet. So that's coming up on Jacksonport and Newport. Make sure you are in a very safe tornado spot there, the interior of your house, a bathroom, a closet, any of those types of places. Underground is best, but we don't all have underground shelters. Make sure you put as many walls between you and the tornado as possible. That tornado debris signature continues to move towards the northeast. I see it both from the Memphis radar and from the Little Rock radar. And I'll tell you, at the Memphis radar, it's a little bit closer. So we're just slightly closer to the ground there. And it's an 8,000 foot. Debris is being lofted to 8,000 feet at the very least. So, Barry, that's very concerning. I think we have a strong now to come into the Newport and Jacksonport and Diaz areas. So I just checked. We're watching this from Memphis and from Little Rock, the radar sites. We're having debris thrown up to at least 8,000 feet. This is right on Highway 14 right now. We're approaching Arkansas, Highway 69 and 17. We're moving rapidly towards the northeast. Now, Newport, this may go just to your north. It may go just to the north, but we want to make sure that you have everybody in your family in a safe spot. Very quickly, if you're in a mobile home, make sure you're getting to sturdy shelter. Hopefully that's already been accomplished. Nobody should be in cars now driving on Highway 14 northwest of Newport, Highway 69 north of Newport or up towards Diaz, or on US 67. Eventually, this circulation is going to cross over US 67 north or northeast of Newport. So no, we don't want you traveling because cars are very dangerous places to be during tornadoes. Look at that scan from Memphis. My
goodness. It's definitely on the ground. Yeah,
we have there's probably a big tornado there moving into Jacksonport, and this is not good. Just as north of Highway 14 now, this is the newest scan. Coming into Jacksonport, Newport's likely going north of you. We'll continue to keep a close eye on this. Barry, I don't want to get tunnel vision here on one storm because we have a lot of serious storms in the state right now, but that is one where damage with what could be a very strong tornado.
I'll go right back to you, but I do want to check in on the storm in Grant County. Oh, James.
We've got a tornado in Jacksonport right now. This is north of Newport. This is near County Road 65, approaching Fitzgerald within the next few seconds. This is moving towards the northeast. Remember, radars now can confirm tornadoes, and that is what we have here up in Jackson County. I'll give you a little bit of perspective. We are just north of Newport, and you can see all the streets there in Newport. This is just to the north. Diaz still wants you in your safe place. We're moving off towards the east-northeast. So this is eventually going to cross over or just north of Jackson 289. There's the newest scan. We've got what's likely a strong tornado on the ground here north of Diaz. This is now in Fitzgerald. So this is moving quickly towards the northeast. There it is from the Memphis radar. I'll circle it for you. It's that big blue dot right there, just in and north of Jacksonport, coming into Diaz. Here is Highway 367, and north of Airport Village, I should say. All those spots, I would say even up to Tuckerman, make sure that you're in your tornado safe spot. I say that hopefully instilling the confidence in you that you are going to be okay if you can get your tornado safe spot, to put as many walls between yourself and the outside as possible. Jacksonport there is just on the banks of the White River, so we have now crossed over the White River. Fitzgerald is towards the north. I believe we have a couple of landmarks in here that I can hopefully help you identify. We have
Power flashes west of Newport.
Okay, so yeah, we've got a large tornado coming in north of Newport. That's Jacksonport being affected right now. And I'm going to look down the road because there are those of you that are about to go through this if this thing does not. And so if you're in the northern section of Jackson County all the way over to Grubbs, between Diaz and Grubbs, get to a safe spot right now. That includes Fitzgerald. That includes, there's several businesses along 367. There's Georgia, the northeast side of Diaz. Anywhere in these areas, if you know where I'm talking about, make sure you get to a safe spot immediately. Remember, as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Still have the tornado debris signature just updated there. The latest scan from Little Rock and Memphis. We've got a tornado over Bar Road heading up towards Campbell Lane. Any second now, this large tornado is going to cross over north of Van Dyke Road, and that is 67 right here. So I'm sure we have a lot of people on US 67 at this hour. Now is not the time to be traveling on US 67. You want to make sure that you are out of the path of this tornado. So if you are on 367 north of Diaz or to the south Denton Island, you should not be traveling in that little section right there. So you have a large tornado that's moving through Jackson County. We can confirm that debris is being lofted several thousand feet up. Got a ham radio operator report, tornado on the ground. Got a couple of spotters in the area. I don't have, and then they see power flashes. So we have multiple sources confirming tornado on the ground. I think we have their stream, Barry, is pulled up. I'm going to pull it up on Storm Scan. This is looking, that is Scott Hollinger's stream. Okay. This is Jay and Cole Outlaw. They are in the vicinity of this storm. They have confirmed that they power outages, or power flashes rather, back into the storm. We can see a lot of lightning. And there's the live image there as it approaches 367. Let's take a storm scan real quick. We can get a look at the storm stream from Cole Outlaw and Jay Collins. Looks like we just have a ton of lightning. It's hard to make out a lowering, at least from their current vantage point. All right, let's go back to Max 1, tracking the tornado near 367 and Campbell Lane, Still Mill Road. And this is quickly approaching Highway 67. Barry, is there anything else urgent?
Southwest Arkansas, I'm watching a couple of storms and county real quick.
The RDOT cam is showing a large tornado in, north of Newport.
Okay, let's see if we can get that.
So I'm pulling that up now.
Yeah, there it is.
There's Diaz. Let me go to a different camera here off 57. Okay, this might have a good view of it looking towards the south. Okay, Barry, we can come back to this. But that's just kind of a vantage point there. It looks like we have I saw a picture of it through the lightning. Tornado viewed from this point. Green flashes there. So this is just to the north of Newport, and we're looking at just to the north of Diaz as well. Damage reports out of Jackson County.
Okay. Yeah, pretty obviously there. Area moving on up into the northeast. It'll be moving up toward, well, to the north of Grubbs, between Grubbs and Tuckerman. Take it to the northeast.
Okay, can we now 27 south of Tuckerman, confirmed large in Jackson County tornado storm scan. I have a camera off 67 looking toward is going to pass through what this camera is looking at. So we'll come back to that here when we get a view of the tornado. Let's go back to Max 1. Large tornado now, south side of Tuckerman, moving east. There's Highway 37. This is US 67. Very busy road, has several traffic cameras on it. Still have the big tornado debris signature that is pushing off towards the east. Hopefully, you're in your tornado safe spot. And again, as many walls between you and the outside as possible, and you can be just fine with this thing. This thing is just barely to the south of Tuckerman, possibly impacting the south side of Tuckerman, County Road 208. I've got, looks like a strong area of rotation there along and just south of Highway 37. That is where the debris signature is, along and just south of that State Highway 37. Off towards the east, Denton Island. If you're north of Grubbs, North Pitts, all these places that we're talking about, you have to get in a safe spot immediately. All right, let's go back to storm scan. I think we've got the camera up, and it's pointed towards the south. It's tough to make out tornado, but I think it's going to cross on the right side of your screen to the left. We'll come back. Very
It's
dangerous.
looking southbound, so it's moving right to left.
Right to left, yeah. This extremely dangerous situation here as we are monitoring. Hey, look at this. There's very few people on the roads there.
Yeah.
But it's a good idea that if you know anyone in this area of the state that's maybe not paying attention to the weather, give them a call. Let them know we have a very dangerous situation there in Jackson County with a big tornado in Tuckerman and off towards the east.
There's nobody coming northbound.
Yeah. We got a new tornado warning, Barry, southeast of Searcy.
Yeah, that storm looked like it was beginning to want to rotate, and there it is. So come back to me real quickly, James. Keep an eye on that. Tornado warning now for that storm. I a bald knob, and it is a new tornado warning. James, are you seeing anything on up?
Just a very, very dangerous situation still.
Yeah.
East of Tuckerman, approaching US 67. Let's take the storm scan feed. I think the tornado may be very, very close to this camera. We have a couple of people on the road out there. That is a very bad idea to be driving there on US 67, right where this camera is located. But it doesn't look like the roads are very busy. That's certainly a good thing. I'll be keeping a close eye on this camera. I want to go back to the radar image to show you exactly where this thing is. We're getting very close now to 67. I mean, very, very close. And the camera that we were just looking at is actually positioned directly on US 67. All right, let's go back to storm scan here. I just saw a couple of flashes here. Let's just stick with this for maybe 30 to 60 seconds, and we'll see if we can see anything, because we know there's a tornado down. We know it's about to cross US 67. You can actually, I know it's nighttime. The visibility is pretty good thanks to tons of lightning here. But we have gotten reports of damage from Jackson County. This is, again, we're looking southbound on US 67.
James, I think it's going to be coming directly from the right side of the screen. I think it's very close to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the data feed. I mean, it might be right there.
Yeah, I'm seeing it just where Highway 37 crosses Highway 67, and that's where the rotation is.
It would appear that traffic is being held way back in this direction, hopefully not continuing to come. I think everybody should stop if they're on US 67. A couple of the cameras back towards the south captured this thing. It looks pretty wide to me. Just got the newest update on the debris tracker. We can take a look at that. Just about a minute ago.
Yeah, it's right there.
It continues. Yeah, I mean, it is. It looks like it's on the other side now. Other side of the. I just got a new update, and it's pushed across. On the other side, it looks like, or just very well getting close to it. Because this is now just to the northeast of Tuckerman. It looks like it might have actually been taking a little bit of a jog towards the north there. But this still continues to wrap up. We'll go back to the camera if we think we have anything. Still have multiple tornado-warned storms. I do have a little bit of good news, though, Barry. The tornado warning for the southeast part of Pulaski County, or the storm that's in southeast Pulaski, northern Jefferson, was canceled.
Yeah, not so the one in White County.
Right.
Let's come back to